in this video. Making your own 2 megabytes GEM DRAM board. Installing the board. We are upgrading the memory to 32 megabytes. Updating the GEM WK4 synthesizer to version Plus. Hi friends, I would like to share with you my experience of updating GEM WK4 to the Plus version. In the previous video about the GEM WK4 upgrade, I updated the synthesizer to the latest version, increased memory to 2 megabytes. And instead of a hard drive I installed a CF card. But every time I loaded the synthesizer, the following message appeared: you have installed the hard disk without the RAM expansion. You are recommended to install the RAM expansion. This is because for the hard drive to work, you also need cache memory, in the form of a separate 2 megabyte board. I searched for this board on the internet, but couldn't find it anywhere. So I decided to make it myself. For this board you will need 32-pin female double-row straight-pin header strip. Board ordered on the EDO platform. 4 megabytes EDO RAM memory. 72-pin SIM memory. 100 nanofarad capacitor SMD capacitors. We order the board on the website, JLCPCB.com. Let's upload the Gerber file. This file can be downloaded from the description below the video. This is what the board looks like in 2D. And this is what the board looks like in 3D. Let's place an order. Five boards cost me about €5. About 2 weeks later I received a package with boards. Next, you need to select a memory module with the chips we need. 4 megabytes EDO RAM 72-pin SIM. Memory chips must be in the SOJ42 package. This chip is not suitable. This one too. This will do. And this module will do. This one is not. And here, all 3 modules fit. The first thing we do is separate the chips from the memory board. cleaning microcircuits in technical alcohol. Here comes the crucial moment. We will place the microcircuit on our board. We solder the first and 42nd contacts. Now we solder contacts 21 and 22 on the other end of the microcircuit. We will use a toothpick to align the contacts. We solder the entire microcircuit. We clean in technical alcohol. We solder the board to the contact pad of the socket type connector. This diagram can be downloaded from the description below the video. We check the contacts. For this we use special probes made from needles. There is a video on my channel on how to make such probes. We solder the capacitors. Unfortunately, out of the 3 boards I made, only one worked. Possibly because the TMS 418160DZ chip is not EDO RAM but FPM RAM. Although the original circuit has an HM 5118160 ALJ chip installed, which is FPM RAM. Unscrew the audio-video board. Our board will be installed in this slot. Installing the board into the GEM WK4 synthesizer. We will install a maximum memory capacity at once, 2 modules of 16 megabytes each. After loading the synthesizer, the warning no longer appears. Checking the amount of memory. Thanks to the board we made, the amount of system memory has increased. We create a diskette to update the operating system to version Plus. I'll use the floppy disk from the previous video. And I'll just rewrite the operating system. But if you're doing this for the first time, you'll need to make the floppy disk bootable. To learn how to do this, watch the previous video about GEM WK4 on my channel. Compare file sizes. Caution: to prevent accidental power outages while updating the synthesizer's firmware, we will use uninterruptible power supplies, UPS, for the computer. Attention! OS upgrade wipes out everything stored in Flash. Be sure to save all user program data. The synthesizer reboots and we see that we now have the Plus version. Thanks for watching.